What's the biggest historical event in your lifetime?
Taking care of my doggy. Almost learning how to swim. It's not coming up yet, but on Christmas there's going to be a new president. I was actually in the newspaper. I don't know. When Syria was using illegal guns. I don't know.
Last year or 2 years ago when they announced that they approved gay rights or something. I think they approved gay rights, yeah.
I said my first word on 9/11. My whole family was looking at the TV and I wanted them to pay attention to me. So I said up because I wanted to be picked up.
Probably the gay marriage.
9/11.
Obama getting elected.
I would say 9/11.
The introduction of smartphones into the world.
The downing of the World Trade Center.
I remember when 9/11 happened, being in class and hearing about it and having all the TVs turned to that station.
9/11.
Don't really have an answer to that.
9/11.
9/11.
The September 11th attacks.
9/11.
9/11.
The day that I remember the Twin Towers falling.
I definitely, 9/11, I saw that I was a sophomore in high school.
Definitely 9/11.
The terrorist attacks of 9/11.
Well, what's fresh in my mind since we're down here would probably be 9/11.
9/11.
The Twin Towers. 9/11.
9/11.
Barack Obama being elected as president.
President Obama becoming president of the United States.
The Mets winning the World Series.
The first African-American president.
Seeing the Berlin Wall get broken in pieces.
Oh, God. Obama being elected.
Biggest one was definitely 9/11.
Having an African-American elected president.
Probably 9/11. 9/11.
I think the advent of the internet.
The attempted assassination of Ronald Reagan.
Well, I would have to say all the monumental moments in my kids' lives.
9/11 was the biggest, the most impactful in my life.
9/11.
9/11.
9/11.
9/11. 9/11.
The most disturbing historical event was the World Trade Center.
The World Trade Center's towers going down.
A man walking on the moon.
Probably the assassination of John Kennedy.
Man landing on the moon.
Probably 9/11.
I was in Portugal when they went through a revolution. So to me, that was really a turning point historically.
The assassination of John F. Kennedy?
Biggest historical event in my lifetime is definitely 9/11.
When the World Trade Center collapsed.
The election of the first black president.
SpaceX heading to the International Space Station.
9/11.
I was caught in 9/11. I was right next to Building 1 when it came down, and that, I think, was probably the biggest historical event.
The assassination of President John F. Kennedy.
Historically, for everybody, the assassination of John Kennedy and, of course, 9/11.
The civil rights movement was extraordinary.
John F. Kennedy's death.
9/11.
During my lifetime, probably the moon landing.